Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Sasuke Dragon, and welcome to another Which Card is Best. This time we've got Bottomless Trap Hole and Trap Hole. Bottomless Trap Hole. Activate only when your opponent summons a monster with 1500 or more attack points. Destroy and remove from play the monster, or monsters, or in this case, remove from play has now been changed to banish. Trap Hole. When your opponent normal summons or flip summons a monster with an attack of 1000 points or more, destroy the monster. Okay, so you can see the major difference between Bottomless Trap Hole and Trap Hole. One banishes, the other doesn't. The downside to Bottomless Trap Hole is a lot of players do not have monsters straight away over 1500. A lot of the time they can summon a puny monster and it can increase its attack, which is like, oh dear, once it's hit the field. Whereas Trap Hole destroys anything with 1000 attack points or more, but it goes to the graveyard. So Bottomless Trap Hole banishes, so that monster is completely gone for the time being, unless they can somehow resurrect it and remove from play zone, whereas Trap Hole sends it to the grave. So it's an interesting way of looking at things, because Bottomless is good and so is Trap Hole. I've used Trap Hole for many years because it's a brilliant old school card to use, because your opponent doesn't expect you to have it. There's someone a beat stick Trap Hole, oh dear, it's gone to the graveyard. Because sometimes when things go to the graveyard, it's much harder to get it from the graveyard than actually get it from the move from play zone. Which is the good thing, because they have to set a card to get something from the move from play zone, unless you're using DDR, Dance Dance Revolution. So, you know, there's a way of using that card, but sometimes Trap Hole is better than Bottomless Trap Hole, because everyone knows you're going to play a Bottomless Trap Hole. Most Yu-Gi-Oh players in the game today use Bottomless Trap Hole. You set Bottomless Trap Hole, they summon a beat stick, Bottomless. Oh dear. So Bottomless screws over your opponent's moves, whereas Trap Hole does exactly the same thing, whereas it goes to the graveyard. So the problem is, Bottomless banishes and can screw up your opponent's plays, whereas Trap Hole can screw up your opponent's plays but send it to the graveyard. Bottomless, it has to be over 1500. Trap Hole, it has to be 1000 or more. So these two cards really do have their massive advantages. They both screw over the opponent. One has to be 1500 or more, one can be 1000 or more. One Bottomless Trap Hole says when your opponent summons a monster, e.g. normal summon, flip summon, or special summon. Whereas Trap Hole has to be a normal summon or a flip summon. So there are ways of like going around this, but Bottomless Trap Hole has the added extra of special summon, where of course sadly Trap Hole doesn't. So if all of your opponent's playing a lot of synchro monsters, Trap Hole to the tuner. Oh dear, they can't synchro summon. Or if they summon another monster to go into an Exceed, like a rank 3 or 4, you go Trap Hole to the other monster they've summoned, oh dear, they can't Exceed. Or with Bottomless, you let them carry on doing it, so they summon 2 level 4s, they synchro up, or they summon 2 level 4s and they go to Exceed, Bottomless. Oh dear, they've just lost 3 cards. And that could have been a game changer there and then. So these two cards both have really good effects, whereas they actually get rid of a card on the field. Whereas Bottomless gets rid of monsters. Say if you're playing Dino Rabbit, they banish the Dino Rabbit, summon 2 Sabersaurus or Cabasaurs. Bottomless, that gets rid of both of them because they were summoned at exactly the same time. Whereas Trap Hole is when your opponent normal summons or flip summons a monster, so it's only one monster. So they've both got really good things, whereas Bottomless, of course, 1500 or more, but can destroy 1 or more monster if special summoned, normal summoned, you know, exactly at the same time. Trap Hole can only do 1 with 1000 attack points or more and sends it to the grave. So what do you think? Which card is best out of these two? Bottomless Trap Hole or Trap Hole? Please tell me what you think, rate and subscribe, and remember, only real men use Watapon.